We're continuing to follow any developments that happen, and we'll bring it to you live just as soon as we get any new details on this. But we're going to stay on the air, and we're going to stay with you because things are happening, and we really don't have any way of knowing when there's going to be a shift or a change. The whole thing's been very private, very secretive, behind closed doors, and basically when someone walks through a door, that's when we know something's happening. So we're waiting, and we've been waiting for, well, this is the morning of day 9 of this trial.
Yeah, we want to know how, first of all, is prosecutor Chris Becker, is he going to take this to court again? Is he going to try this case again? How is he feeling about it being a mistrial? And we had asked our legal expert, well, does it matter if it was 11-1 in the jury versus 7-5? Like, how does that play into it? And she said she wasn't sure that it would play much unless maybe it was 11-1. Maybe that would show the prosecutor. A lot of them were with me on how I felt about the charges versus the defense.
So he has a lot to consider, and he's going to look back over how this trial played out and whether or not it does make sense to move forward. I would imagine a number of factors, and he's probably going to pore over exactly how the last week, 9 days have played out with this entire trial and make a decision based on that. He has the opportunity to refile charges. He can refile this entire case, and we start all over again, getting a new jury and listening to testimony once again and seeing if there's any different outcome, or maybe he doesn't file at all.
I imagine at that point it's possible the defense would request for this to be moved somewhere else, outside of Kent County even, because they had brought up the issue of the attention that this case had gotten over the last 3 years and getting a fair jury. And if they do take this to court again, like, how difficult is it going to be to find people who haven't heard all of this and followed this trial?
April 4th, 2022, that's when it happened, and we've seen that video over and over again. Locally, people are very aware of this case. It will be difficult to find a jury that doesn't know of it, you know, and
And then you're just going with the promise that they make to follow the evidence as it's presented in court versus anything they knew about it prior to the trial starting.
And go with the evidence and see what's proven and what they can agree with and see if there's a consensus. This time, no consensus, there was no way to reach an agreement. We don't know what the mix was with the jury as to whether or not, how they couldn't reach that verdict. So a unanimous verdict, that's the main thing. Live images right now of the courthouse. We're looking right at the Kent County Courthouse right now, and we're awaiting a news conference.